up? How did that happen? No one's watching. We got a thumbs up already. Dang, that's impressive. We'll see if anyone shows up. I added my link to the Discord, so we'll see if anyone pops in here. Hey, Davey, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I'll make sure I want to have YouTube open too, just so I can have my notifications turned on in case Clint posts anything. But golly, talk about just what an awful turn of events, you know? He texted me and he's like, hey man, I'm sure I'll repeat this throughout, which is fine, but he texted me and he's like, hey, I mean, you saw it in the Discord. He's like, hey, is 210 or 220 over 150? Is that a high blood pressure? Is that anything to be like concerned about? And I'm like, yeah, it definitely is, man. That's that's something you want to get checked out like right away. And I was like, yeah, right. Stroke. Let's see. Yeah, stroke, heart attack, kidney damage. And so we kind of just ran down the list of symptoms and stuff, or that he could be experiencing, and it kind of started to sound like he was having a. I mean, again, guys, take this with a grain of salt. I was an EMT, but my license has expired, right? So I'm just running down the symptom list, the assessment list, right? That they would. Where I'm from, yo, Fabs, we're just talking about our guy Clint. We're praying for him right now. Our level of EMT here was just basically assess and transport, right? So I wasn't a paramedic or anything like that, but I was kind of just running down the list of symptoms and stuff that I like would have, right? And I don't want to jump to conclusions and say that this is like an actual medical diagnosis, but it kind of started to sound like he was having like pre-heart attack symptoms as well. And it's probably not too cool for me to be sharing all of like our conversation with like HIPAA rules and stuff, but I didn't want to just come on here and kind of give you guys like an update and stuff that like we were talking about and stuff, and I guess just create a chat of just good energy that we can send Clint's way, virtually, right? Because that's heavy. Hey, thank you, Fabs. I appreciate it. Yeah, poor guy, man. Like that's just scary. And tonight's final thoughts was going to be about preparedness, and that, I mean, hey Sabrina, how's it going? Let's go to my subscriptions here. So let's see. Haven't seen anything from him lately, besides the one saying that we have a bit of an emergency. What kind of game am I playing? I'm not playing any games right now. I am editing. I'm just about done editing Final Thoughts. I mean, not Final Thoughts. Sorry. The photos from the Brewfest. But what are we doing? We're just here talking about our guy Clint. Every night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central Time, and I don't know the times on the East Coast. But every night he goes live at 7 p.m. my time, and he was texting me earlier, and he said like he's having a bit of a medical emergency and Final Thoughts is canceled tonight. So I just wanted to come on here on my channel and just send him positive vibes. Shout out to Sabrina, Purple Man, hey, Anna, Sui, Paluto. We're just chatting it up right now. It's 2:04 in Portugal. Dang, that's early. Is that AM or PM? It's 10 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you, Davey. Davey's also one of the mods from Clint's channel. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys, and I posted the live to the Discord that Clint has, and like if anyone want to hang out and just send him positive vibes, then we could this could be the place to do it, right? Because like I was saying, usually Clint goes live at this time, and well, he's having a medical emergency. So I haven't seen any updates from him. Any from him now. But even in his recent short that he just shared, like he's not looking good. He's looking really pale. So, you know, it's really important that he got out. He got in his video. He said he did call an ambulance. So it sounds like his dad wasn't able to give him a ride to the hospital. But golly, what a poor guy, man. I feel so awful for him. Like that's so rough. That's got to be just heartbreaking because he loves going live 3 times a day, right? Like that's his therapy. Adora, how's it going? He loves connecting with his community, going live every single night. He really looks forward to the final thoughts, and gosh, let's see here. Yeah, I can't see. You guys know how, on a Mac you can like text with people with Messenger and stuff, and we're finally able to send texts to Androids, but it won't tell us if it's read or delivered yet. But it can on my phone. Yeah, I wonder how his diet is too. I've always wondered if, and this is coming from a place of compassion and caring, right? I wonder how all those monsters he drinks every day. I don't know if he drinks them every day, but it seems like he drinks a lot of Monster, and I wonder how that helps, or how that counteracts with like the medicine he's on and just his overall well-being. Maximu XU, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, if everyone could just send good vibes to our guy Clint. Here, I'll post his, let me share his channel so you guys can view it and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already.
Hey, my nights.
So you can hear,
have to cancel tonight's final.
You can hear his voice.
I just took my blood pressure. It was 220 over 149. So I'm about to go to the hospital. I am calling an ambulance now. I'll probably try to do some kind of videos while I'm there. But I'll see you guys while I'm in the hospital.
So there, I just copied. I copied the link. Let me actually.
I might have to cancel tonight.
I won't copy the link to the short. I'll give you the whole channel. He's up to 518 subscribers. He absolutely loves YouTube and his community. We call ourselves the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum. And the community is just all about giving back. That's his channel. I'd highly recommend checking him out and subscribing. But yeah, we're just here to keep positive energy. Let's see, how can I'm trying to figure this best out. So like most of my notifications all come on my phone, right? So I'm trying to make sure I can have them, or I won't miss a thing if he posts an update. I don't see anything in the Discord right now either. But I got all my channels open for communication from Clint. So as soon as I hear anything, or if anyone else hears anything too, by all means add it in the chat for us. Like I was saying, his right? Yeah, I was just a guy who grew a beard. Was just growing a beard, right, Davey? And he's like learning. Oh, hold on, my dog wants in really quick. Sorry, guys. Come on, sir. Hey. Higgins. My dog literally just ding dong ditched me. What a jackaroni. He's a Jack Russell Terrier. But yeah, like I was just a guy growing a beard, right? And then Clint's like, you know, after meeting Clint and hearing about him being a Viking, and it's like, well, maybe you have some Viking too. And he encouraged me to, uh, you know, look into my DNA. There he is again. Hold on. Come on, sir. He encouraged me to, you know, I had 23andMe, but I lost my login, so he kind of encouraged me to get it, get my login back and stuff, and you know, come to find out, I guess I have Viking in me too. Not like him, directly. He has it directly. I have it in just like non-directly, I guess you could say, because I'm 98% Eastern European. And you know, we've shared a lot of music too, and he's really turned me on to a lot of great Viking music. So I'm really thankful. What's up, Leno? As you saw from the title, we're sending positive energy and keeping our guy Clint in our thoughts tonight. Right? The Knights, the Amethyst chapter. That's a little tough for me to say. Yeah, you know, like, and David, we've talked about this too. Like, Clint is, it's amazing that Clint has kind of brought us all together, right? You know, like we probably would have never met if it wasn't for Clint and YouTube. And so I'm really thankful for Clint, basically. And you know, like, he just randomly popped into my stream one day. I was just filling bottles, and I looked over and happened to see him, and I saw a comment from this guy named Clint Gage saying, "Hey man, I'm a schizophrenic epileptic, and I draw, and I go live sometimes." And I was just like, "What?" Like, my mind was just blown. Like, what? Who is this guy? And you know, I think like for the first few times, I missed him. Um, you know, I kind of just shrugged off his comment. And I'm like, what? Whatever. Like, right on, man. Cool. That's cool. Um, and then he started showing up more frequently, and so I finally tuned into his channel. And this was back when, oh gosh, did he even have? I think he had at least 100 subscribers by then. At that point, we've been, let's see, today's March 24th. We've been like YouTube friends a little bit before the Super Bowl. I remember we were talking about then. Let's actually, I have my calendar here. I can, not that I wrote it down in my calendar, but let's see. Health insurance. Higgins, what's going on in your sweet little beautiful mind, buddy? You're just higging around. When was Super Bowl? Was it the 9th or was it the 2nd? Yeah, we've been basically watching each other's channels since like the beginning of February, for just lack of a better word or better timeline. And you know, ever since then we've just gotten to know each other a little bit more every single day. And then this company called Soulfang reached out to me about doing these heated boots, and I was like, oh, badass, you know, that's super cool. But where I live in California, it's okay. Clint just texted me. He said he's on his way to the hospital right now. It's gone down, but not so much. That's great. That's great to hear. I went live on my channel right now. Just Just sending right now. Do you guys have any messages that you want me to send to Clint? I'm texting him right now. Send you positive energy. Haven't shared anything else about what's going on right now besides you said in your story. So yeah, he's on his way to the hospital right now. Oh man, he's in an ambulance. Gosh, he looks pretty sad right now, guys. It's breaking my heart. I'm an absolutely sympathetic person, and to see him, yeah, right. I honestly feel like I should take my hat off. Um, I'm a sympathetic person, right? And seeing him like that in that selfie, just like, oof, pulling at my heartstrings. I met him in Zen's channel, then later while doom scrolling, then hit it off strong and haven't even known him for a month, right? And you know that's the kind of good person Clint is. You can you can just tell and feel it. Like he, when you can connect someone that quickly and like that deeply, you just know like you're a good freaking human. The knights have lowered their flags to half staff till you returned in full. And you're getting right in the woods right now. Golly. And you know, like I don't really know. I don't know Clint's full Higgins, dude. What's up, buddy? I hear you just crying. Do you want to go out? Golly, hold on a second, guys. Sorry. I'll let you out, but go ahead. Go. Go. I ain't going with you. I'll go behind you and push you out here. Go. Go, go, go. There you go. Ow. Yeah, you know, I don't know the full extent to Clint's like financial situation, but like ambulance rides aren't cheap at all, you know. I don't know if he has health insurance or not. I think he does because of like the different medications he's on, right? Like that can't be cheap. So I would think he has some kind of health insurance. I don't see anything on YouTube, an update on YouTube from him. But yeah, ambulance rides aren't cheap. I know that I have my old EMT, my old health insurance card. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't even say what the cost would be for going in an ambulance. But now I just got like new health insurance. Um, I know, right? I wonder how Jinjin's doing right now too. Should we send her a message in? I'll just send her a direct message. Let's see. Jinjin, just wanted to check in with you and see how you are doing too. We're just covering all our bases. We should probably let's just all send her a message right now in the Discord too. In just the general chat. Keeping you in our thoughts too, Jen. just send the positive vibrations all around, you know. That's that's what I think the Knights of that's what the Knights would always want. That's what we're about, right? And that's what Clint would want too. Let's see. So I haven't seen any recent messages on anything besides this Clint texting us. Gosh, man, we are all so worried about you. Do you have? Want me to deliver? I kind of feel like I should turn Nightbot off too for a sec. It seems a little. It seems a little apropos. I guess if that's the right word. All right, we'll returned. We won't see any more messages from Nightbot. But yeah, we're all just hanging out now. We're waiting, hanging out and waiting. And too, like I know it was it in the yeah, I think it was in Morning Mojo when Clint was talking about just how hot it was there already, right? Like Morning Mojo for me happens at like 7:38 a.m. when it's already 10. Hey Roach, how's it going, dude? We're just uh we're just chatting about Clint. I don't know if you saw the news or not. Um, but yeah, Morning Mojo, he was talking about just how hot it was and how everyone in Texas, you know, needs a sweat rag. And you know, homeboy, homie's he's living in an RV, right? And I don't think it has air conditioning. And you know, I've been to Texas, right? And it is freaking hot there, and you need air conditioning inside your house, or else you're just dying. And so I can't imagine that's doing too good for his blood pressure. Golly. Yeah, Roach. I don't know if you heard the news or not, but Clint's on his way to the hospital right now. Um, I'm just repeating what he said when in his short, but he has a blood pressure of 220 over 150. Nice, Davey. Heck yeah, dude. But his blood pressure is super high. You know, like normal blood pressure is 120 over 80, and his is. I don't think he does have power in the RV. The last time I heard, he needs a new converter that will take house power to be able to work in his RV. But I'm not 1,000% sure. I remember in one video he did show us the converter. Right? Yeah, that's a. You're definitely right, Davey. That's kind of a bad combo. I can say he did tell me he does drink a lot of water, so that's good. That was one of the questions I had for him. Is like, well, how much water are you drinking? Yeah, like I don't know if you guys know if there's any like wildland firefighters or he was cooking today too. Oh gosh, right? So then that extra heat. I don't know if you guys saw. We'll just talk about what was on the news. If you guys saw on the news when he when the Altadena fire and the Palisades fire, um, when those fires were happening, right? People were donating a lot of Monsters and Red Bulls, and the chief of the Palisades was like, "Well, thank you guys so much for all of these donations, but Higgins, you little freaking jacaranda, you're not gonna come ding dong ditch us again and then sit by the door begging." My dog is deaf too, so he can't even hear what I'm saying. So, anyways, all of these people were donating like Monsters and Red Bulls and stuff like that to the fire department, and they're like, "Thank you so much, but we don't slash can't drink these on the fire line because of what it does to your body and heat and stuff." And then people think like, "Oh, you need it to stay up and stuff," and like, actually, the fire and that kind of stuff is keeping you up anyways. I know, right? Yeah, same here, Davey. There's been a lot of times where I just like wish I could be out there. His family was having vehicle troubles a while back, and like all of these mechanics are charging them an arm and a leg just to diagnose the dang thing, and I'm just like, man, I wish I could just go down there and go pick up the part we need at, your AutoZone or what have you, and I feel like I could fix it. And that's why I'm like, Clint and I've always talked about like how cool would it be if we could just have one big compound where we all could just cohabitate together and just live as one and just a cool communal society. Like Ohan could do the growing, right? The gardening and foraging, and that's the cool thing about like all of the nights, right? Like us as a community, we all bring like different things to the table. And like I said earlier in the Discord, like it's just one big melting pot of just awesome people. So let's see. Haven't heard no messages yet. Yeah, it would be cool. Oh, golly, Higgins. Come on. Are you gonna chill or are you gonna keep trying to push me out of the door? What Higgins is trying to do is to get me. He cries by the door because he wants me to go downstairs with him and make him some kind of food or something. Even though he got dinner, and I even gave him a little bit of my sweet potato tonight too. Yeah, Ohan. He's actually on the way to the hospital right now. He's in an ambulance, or he's getting an ambulance ride, which is good, in a sense because, in my opinion, or at least based on like, what happens here in California, is if you just show up to the ER, like you drive yourself or someone drops you off, it takes a lot longer to actually get into a hospital bed. But if you arrive by ambulance, it's just a straight shot into a hospital bed. So that's for Clint's sake and the severity of this emergency. Like I think that was a good thing. Higgins, you're just jonesing out of control, buddy. You're losing your beautiful little mind. I don't know if you guys have any dogs of your own, particularly Jack Russell Terriers, but they're very schedule driven. At least mine is, and they're very persistent. And when they get something in their mind that they want, they cannot let it quit. Especially you, Higgins. You're very food driven, and he's very picky about his food. Have you guys ever heard of the cheese tax? We're gonna just let the conversation just kind of drift around and just share fun stories and kind of try to create an uplifting mood, right? I feel like that's kind of the best thing to do right now. But there's this thing called a cheese tax with dogs, Or as soon as they see you, oh, I used to have a Jack Russell. Nice. They're my favorite breed of dogs. Um, there's a song. Someone made a song about the cheese tax. Hey, if this stream gets if this stream gets 20 likes, I'll freaking sing. We'll all sing in honor of Clint. It blew up on TikTok and Instagram thanks to Scott Hilburn music. My 2-year-old keeps my dogs fed, right? So here are the lyrics. The cheese tax, you gotta pay the cheese tax. Every time you're cooking, when the cheese comes out, this puppy comes looking. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. When the cheese drawer opens, you gotta pay the tax. The cheese tax, you gotta pay the cheese tax. Every time you're cooking, when the cheese comes out, this puppy comes looking. The rules are the rules. If my dog could sing, he would absolutely be singing the cheese tax song. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. When the cheese drawer opens, you gotta pay the tax. I didn't have the shaggy one, it was more like a wishbone. Yeah. Higgins is both of mine are the short-haired kind, and it's funny. I didn't know that the long-haired shaggy ones existed until the mechanic at my job. He has a shaggy one, and he's like showed me his. Check out my Jack Russell. And I'm like, I don't think that's a Jack Russell Terrier. And at the time when he showed me that dog, I had this Chihuahua that I rescued in this place called Desert Hot Springs. It's down south, kind of by Palm Springs. I don't know if you guys ever heard of those two places. I'm sure you've heard of Palm Springs, but this dog was scruffy. It was a feral dog, and the way the story goes is my ex-wife and I were staying at this like boutique little motel kind of thing, and she was doing yoga on this like platform balcony and looks over and sees this wild pack of feral dogs, and the dog that we rescued, like the pack was moving one way, and this dog, we decided to name her Ella because she's from the Coachella Valley, so we named it this is our guy Clint. Let me just finish this story really quick, and then I'll just share what he just texted me. So the pack takes off, and Ella looks up and like looks around and is gone, completely deserted, and then just starts bolting down the street in the opposite direction. So my ex-wife chases after her, and calls me, and she's like, "Hey, I'm fine. I'm trying to capture this dog, or rescue this dog, I should say. Like, I need your help." And then so I come bolting down the street too, and to make a long story short, we ended up rescuing this dog, and we took it to the vet, and it didn't have a chip or anything. No one reported it missing, so we ended up bringing it home. And so then to circle back to where I'm getting with my mechanic friend, when he showed me his dog and said it was a Jack Russell, I wanted to bring Ella to him and be like, "Yeah, check out this Jack Russell," but it definitely wasn't a Jack Russell. So Clint just texted me and he's like, "I'm all right, guy. Just a bump in the old thumper. I'll keep on going on." Like that just shows his true grit and what's the word I'm looking for here? Hey, Shadows of Chaos. Good to see you here. It's been a while. Been seeing you making a lot more content lately. Hopefully your watch hours are doing good. Resourcefulness, resilience. I think that's the word I'm looking here for Clint. This time of night is one of my favorites because there's like geese or something, some kind of birds that are just flying. They're flying to go home, right? And you just hear them squawking. It's really peaceful. What would we do without our leader of the Knights? Optimistic, yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it. It's good to be optimistic. Oh yeah, and like this would be a smoking time. I mean, it's not just the old thump and the old ticker, man. It's like it's heavy. He hasn't posted anything. I mean, I'm sure he's in the back of an ambulance right now. Nothing on. I don't see anything on my end from Jin Jin. I sent her a DM too. It doesn't look like she's online either. And if it's, hey bearded Viking, what's up? Good to see you again. Our guy Clint, he's not doing so hot right now, and he always goes live during this hour of time. I'm feeling like 75%. My voice is still kind of jacked up, but I did a half marathon yesterday and got my third fastest time, so that has to be something good for something. Yeah, Roach, I'm a huge fan of. Your real name's Daniel. I always just call you Bearded Viking. Um, yeah, I'm just super big fan of your channel. All your woodworking. I did have one question though. How long does it take you to edit all of your videos? Like the videos that you upload to your story, or not your story, to like your main feed. Because you put a lot of like effort into your edits and everything. I really love it. It's really awesome. But I'm like, when I watch them, I'm like, I wonder how long this takes. 2 to 3 hours, nice. And you're in South Carolina, I believe. The other day when you punched in you have like that thing where you can call in if you get a certain number of donations. I punched in your area code just because I was curious to see where you're from. And if you're from South Carolina, I hope you haven't been affected by those wildfires. And now they're popping off in North Carolina too. Like, golly, that's awful. Both. I love both Carolinas. Oh, interesting. Okay, that does seem to. My dog's being a jacaranda. That does seem to speed up the process. I just film all day and then at the end of the day, I import all the clips and then edit. So it takes me about 2 hours to edit my vlogs. 45 minutes from your spot, yeah. Oof, golly, that's scary. I mean, as you guys know, I live in California, right? And that's like the wildfire capital of the freaking world, basically. Yeah, they just started popping off right now, Davey, in North Carolina. Hold on, we got a message from Jen saying thanks. Yes, same too. Scary stuff dealing with high blood. Yeah, Myrtle Beach was one of them. That's good, you got lucky. I'm glad he got in. So we got Jin Jin online. We've had low humidity and high winds. People think burning brush, except I know, right? Here we have like certain burn days, but that's like coming up to a close because it's almost April, right? Like obviously we all live on the same date, but pretty soon you won't even be allowed to have fires. like not like yeah, you probably won't have like ring fires in the backcountry anymore. They even you can have stoves year round, but it's pretty limited what kind of stoves you can. But they'll go in the backcountry, the Forest Service will, and they'll put you know caution tape over all the fire pits and stuff, and it's crazy. Like all the trails I run in, um, there's so many cigarette butts out there, and it's like people go out into this beautiful meadow. I mean, you guys see me run around it, and they go out and smoke cigarettes, and then they just throw their butts on the ground. Like what? What? That just is mind blowing to me. Hey, we appreciate it. I'm just gonna keep calling you Bearded Viking. That's such a badass name. But yeah, we appreciate it. Higgins, you're fine. Quit your crying. The West is an entirely different animal. We have burn seasons, where we can burn between 5 p.m. and 6 a.m. Whoa, talk about an overnight burn. And you know where I live? Like maybe 45 minutes north in this other town called Napomo. It's more of like a ranchy kind of area, and that's in a different county, and it's totally different rules. You know, in my county, they're really like not very pro 2A for lack of a better word, but you go up in Slow County and you want to apply for a CCW, oh sure, right on. Here, have two while you're at it. And it's just great. Like we've talked about this with like the flavored nicotine and stuff, and how you can go from here to then going on the military base, but then that's considered federal land, and it's totally okay to have flavored nicotine because it's on federal property. But it's just mind blowing how there's always invisible borders. Whoa, Donald, that's heavy, man. I didn't know. I didn't know. Did we? I don't think we knew of this. That's really gnarly, man. I knew about Kevin's gaming. His wife had cancer, and he still has 2 more years until they're out of the woodwork. But golly, Donald, that's scary. Hopefully they're able to get this squared away for you. Um, oh God, golly, brother, that's awful, man. We're definitely sending you our thoughts and prayers. Just got a new message from Clint here. He says he's doing good with a thumbs up emoji. They gave me a dose of some blood pressure meds through an IV and it's working. That's great to hear. All of the chat is rooting. Golly, man, that's terrible. Is it? I don't know what. I don't want to, prick and pry too much if you don't want to talk about it. But is it? What stage of cancer is it? Have you just? Is this like a recent discovery? Have you known about this for a while? I mean, clearly you do, since you know that you have cancer, and then that's why you should have extra appointments to then get down to the nitty gritty. So Clint just said, "I'm sitting in triage, waiting on a room." Golly, all you guys, man, we're sending all our prayers out to you guys. Oh shit, dude. Just a light shade of yellow from John, just because oh man. Oh God. That's like what we were saying earlier, when Clint sent me a selfie of himself, man. Like I'm a sympathetic guy, right? So hearing about that, about you, Donald, that just tugs at my heartstrings, bro. Like that just makes me so sad. It seems like the shittiest things happen to the best people, right? Um, and there's so many shitty fucking people out there that just seem to get like a free ride through life, and they don't have to deal with anything. Did a lot of heavy partying, drinking, smoking, drugs, chasing women by the carload. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I I can't say I didn't do a little of that too, you know. I am now 2 years sober and almost 2 months free of the herbs, and I haven't done nicotine in what are we like almost 6 months now. Oh man, that's a heavy one, Donald. That is a heavy one. Ugh. How long have you and your wife been together, if you don't mind me asking? Alright. I've been realizing that wearing beard ties like kind of helps cool my beard down a little bit. You know, like ugh, I didn't get married, you know, planning on getting a divorce, right? But then once you do, it's like your heart breaks and you think like you're never like love's fake and you're never gonna find it again. And now I love the crap out of my girlfriend. And you know it's you know it's funny. I hate to laugh like when we're having ow. Sometimes the hair tie doesn't work all the time. Um, my girlfriend was actually my seventh grade girlfriend, and we've always just been friends ever since through life. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I used to be a firefighter, and you go through. We're just having a heart. This is turning into a heart to heart, right? Um, in California, you go through. ah, In California, you go through a fire academy and get your firefighter's one certificate, and that's where I work now. Or still work at the fire academy. And then once you get that certificate, you take that to go apply for and work for like an actual fire department, right? And so I did that, and I was 2 days out from. And then so when you get hired by a department, then you go through their academy, and that's called an in-service academy. Hey, Clint, you made it, dude. So we'll just pause my story, so we can hear what Clint has to say, or I can keep talking because Clint's going to be adding it in the chat. But then just listen to what I have to say. So I was 2 days away from getting my badge, and I herniated a disc in my lower back because I was lifting a. Now you're on blood thinner. Okay, that's good. That will help definitely uh, lower the blood pressure. That's good. Yeah, we're all praying for you, Clint. I even took my hat off for this one. Davey Davey lowered the flag, and I was like, well, this seems like I'm gonna take my hat off for this one. Um, and so that happened, and then the girl I was with, or woman, I should say, woman I was with, we were together for like 4 years. We broke up before I got hired as a firefighter, but then in the process of all that, we got back together, and then when you get in workers comp, you basically need to get a lawyer or an attorney because the whole system's just totally like fucked up. And so the day I went to go talk to this attorney for the first time, we actually ended up breaking up that day. And so I was just a giant wreck. Um, so then what I'm getting at here is, so I ended up getting back surgery, and the woman I'm with now, Daniela, like I'll never forget her staying up with me, you know, super late when I was like freaking out and just being super stressed. And she was just like, she'd always talk me off the walls. And, you know, so like thinking about you, Donald, like maybe Daniela is my soulmate. I mean, we've been together through the thick and thin, and we've known each other since the seventh grade. And finally now at 34 or 35, um, you know, we're finally like officially boyfriend and girlfriend, and we've been together for 8 months now, I think. She'll laugh too and tell you we don't really know how long we've been official. Um, but I just tell everyone now we've been together since the seventh grade. She's the best. She's a really great woman. And it's, you know, it's funny, like, I don't know how many of you guys feel this way too, but like, you feel like, oh, you don't deserve her. And like, I'll say that. I've said that before. Like, I don't deserve you. But maybe we do. We do all deserve our person that we're with. I've been triple stacking my hair ties. Where's the other one? I've been clean and sober 28 years. We've been married 28 years. Oh, that's awesome, man. I've known my wife since the 6th grade. We've been together since our high school graduation 50 years. Nice, Roach. I'll tell you guys what. I'll make you a promise. If I ever get married again, and I marry Daniela, I'm gonna invite all of you guys to the wedding. My last wedding was just an elopement, and I feel like it was purposely far away, so like people couldn't come. But that's just my conspiracy theory on that one. Okay, there we go. So I've been triple stacking my beard ties. It's so hot too, and it really helps sleeping at night. So it makes my neck a lot cooler. Married for 10 this year. Nice, Roach. That's really awesome. I've now been divorced for 3 years now. 3 years. My divorce was actually finalized November 3rd, which is my birthday. And like I was saying, like I didn't go into the marriage planning on getting divorced or wanting to get divorced, but it happens. Gosh, hopefully. You going through a separation right now, Davey? What's the if we're okay with talking about this, what is the definition? Sorry, I can't talk right now. What's the difference between a separation and a divorce? Is a separation like kind of like taking a break, and then you like hope to you're just gonna take a little like, hate to quote The Offspring, but you're just gonna keep it separated. You messed it up, but it sounds like from what I've gathered so far, Davey, just from this little short of time we've been like friends, you know, it sounds like you're on the right path though. You know, you just got a badass new job. You're going to church, so it sounds like you're doing everything. You know, you would hope a partner or you know your partner would want you to do, right? And you're not like turning to drugs or alcohol, going to the strip club, stuff like that. You know. Now you have a great support network through all of us. You know, I gotta put my hat back on. Sorry, guys. It's also keeping the sweat kind of contained. You know, when I got divorced or first split up with from my ex-wife, you know, I fell down a huge alcohol hole. Yeah, right. So what happened? How I herniated my disc in my lower back was the supply lines. We use 4-inch supply lines here that go from the hydrant to the engine, and there was a kink in there, and they're like, "Hey Max, you got to unkink it because that one kink's gonna totally detrimental to the whole system." I mean, it wasn't really that big of a kink in my personal opinion, and it was fully charged. So I went underneath it, had all my stuff on my pack, my SCBA, my turnouts, everything. Right, lifted that thing and tried to pull it, and you just know when you herniate this, you can just feel the pain and I herniated L5S1, so that's like that's your fifth vertebrae in your lumbar, and your fifth one in your L5S1, so your first one in your sciatica, and you can just feel the pain right there, and you just feel it shoot down your leg. And I'll tell you guys what, like when that happened, I knew my fire career was over. Um, and until I got back surgery, I couldn't do this with my left leg. I couldn't rotate it in a circle. Um, it was still, it still is like really hard for me to relieve my bladder. Like if I can't just say like I'm driving for like an hour or 2 hours in the car, it takes me a little bit longer to relieve myself, right? And then like you're in the bathroom and or, like a public bathroom, and it's like that stress of like, is everyone thinking, how long is this guy taking to go pee? Like, what's going on? And then I just totally trip myself out. Like, I cannot pee in a urinal to save my life. Um, so that's pretty jacked up. We're just sharing everything right now, man. Um, in yesterday's in yesterday's stream on Clint's, I was talking about fastest in the streets and fastest in the sheets. Like, basically, I don't really have much control over what's going on down there. I'm not peeing my pants, but as far as like lasting a long time in the sack, that's not really much of an option for me. And I've tried this and that, and nothing seems to help. But enough about me. I'm gonna catch up with the chat here because that was a little embarrassing TMI on Flying 90's end. So we're still married but not together. Don't live together, but I have not filed yet. And so is it. But if you messed it up, then doesn't that mean that the ball is kind of in your court and you can delay filing? Davey, if you can't see yourself living without her, you need to do everything possible to salvage it. No do-overs. Yeah, that's true. And divorce is not cheap. It is pretty dang expensive. It ended up costing me like $7,000 to get divorced. That's good. Fingers crossed. They can get you well and get you home, meaning that's one of my favorite soups. These I went in the Navy at 17. Was my dream as a kid. Blew out my knee 1.5 years. Did golly, man, that knee pain is the worst. I was just watching my videos from hiking the Trans Catalina Trail because we were talking about it in Discord about through hiking, and it was on the last day. I had 4 miles left to go to finish out that through hike, and it just felt like an explosion was going off in my knee. And I got off the trail and ended up just walking on the road because I was like, I'm sure there's going to be a car or someone going. And sure enough, I got a ride from the Catalina Trail Conservancy. Sorry, I can't say that word. And they gave me a ride into Avalon, and that's where I met up with my friends. Wasn't doing anything cool either. I was playing soccer. Oh. That's funny. I got a buddy who's a firefighter in the city up north a little bit from me. They also works at the fire academy, and he was telling me, I was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And he's like, "Well, I'm off duty right now because I blew out my Achilles tendon." And I was like, "How did you do that, dude? Like that's painful. That's awful." And he's like, "I was playing softball." And I'm just like, "What, dude? Like, is that even an excused like injury, or does the department just say like, all right, well, thanks for your service, but we're done with you?" And he said, thankfully, it was a sponsored event from the fire department. So like, well, that's good. My gosh, gang, we are here. We're at an hour now. We can still keep streaming though, because you know I'll let my phone just chill overnight, right? So I don't care if it takes a little bit longer to upload or not, you know. I'm also still editing the photos from the Brewfest. I'm currently on 599 now. That's all good, Davey. If you don't want to say anything too, you don't have to either, brother. High hopes first surgery, 3 surgeries later, and pretty much called it. Oh my golly, Roach. What was your job in the Navy? If you want to say, if you feel comfortable saying. I always love hearing different people's jobs and stuff in the military. The guy I used to work at a brewery. I was the taproom manager. He was one of the owners was a submarine commander, and he would share just different stories and bits and pieces about that, and I was just so fascinated by all that. My grandpa was a Marine, and he was a tail gunner on the B-52s. So I thought that was pretty neat. And I don't know if you guys ever heard the book called Tailspin, but that was the book about the about this tail gunner in World War II, and he got shot. His plane got shot down, and he actually rode it out in the tail and landed in the trees and survived it to tell the tales. And that's talk about some resilience. Let's see. I'm gonna honestly, Rush. I'm gonna look that up because I'm not entirely too sure what that means. Did you guys see that? I just killed a moth out of. See you, Ohan. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you. Is that a hospital corpsman? Hmm. Well, that's cool, man. Oh no, that's not. I'm gonna destroy Clint's message. See you, Donald. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, dude. Hopefully your tests go well. Please keep us updated. Add our Discord so if you want to keep in contact, right? That might be the easiest way. Let's see. I'm gonna start with Davy's message first. I screwed up first and tried to fix it. Now she is screwing up, and I'm learning how to be without her. At first, I was emotional wreck, but now I'm seeing it's a different way. That's good, Davy. And then, oh, Clint. Yeah, I read your messages. I'm bad, guys. They just, yeah, same Roach. Absolutely same. Like, I'm bad, guys. They just went to X-ray in my chest and took some blood work. I'm like, golly. Sorry to laugh, but just that was a little bit of a jump scare for all of us. Clint, I also just in your honor too. I made the agreement that if I got 20 thumbs up on this stream, I would sing just in your honor. I've already done the cheese tack song and I absolutely butchered it. honestly, I don't even know how the whole singing thing came to be. I just saw Davey saying it one day, and was, was like, "That's hilarious." And I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a Clint hack, where if you just start typing the lyrics to a song that he may or may not know, he does know actually, sorry, then he'll just automatically start singing it, and I don't blame him at all. I do the same exact thing. All right, Clint, uh, we'll be here. It is 65 minutes though, and it's 8:05 here at my time. Yeah, I think so. I think Davey still might be here too. But I appreciate you, Roach. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will definitely see you the next time, and I'll see you in the Discord and everything, right? Yeah, I might hop off here too then, um, just so I can finish editing, and then I'll close out my video from today. And but yeah, this has been a great stream, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while we're keeping our guy Clint and oh, Davey's still here. What do you think, Davey? Should we just go back to should we just stick to the Discord now? Started from the likes and now we're here. But yeah, if I don't edit my or get started on editing today's video, it's gonna be yeah. All right, let's just go. Let's just stick to the Discord then. Well, everyone, Davey, Ohan, Roach, Donald, Bearded Viking, Clint, everyone that's tuned into the stream, I really appreciate it, you guys. We've had a good stream. We're keeping Clint in our thoughts. He seems to be doing a little better. He's in a good place though, right? It's good to be at a hospital when you're having a medical emergency. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you, Clint, letting me take your not take your 7 p.m. spot, but you know, I was kind of worried, like I was kind of stealing a little valor, you know. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. As always, do something every single day to make yourselves better than you were yesterday. Please send your thoughts and prayers to Clint. Your good vibes, whatever you believe in. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the Discord. But until the next time, I'll see you guys later.